Good morning, everybody. It is Saturday, and I am going to make some sourdough starter or discard Butterswim biscuits. So all I'm doing right here is I'm using about a three-quarter of a cup. Come on, I can't even talk. Three-quarter of a stick of butter. And I am going to just pop that in the oven while I get the batter going. So now I am going to put in about a cup of sourdough discard. Y'all know I don't like to waste food, so I don't waste my discard. So I've got about a cup of the discard in there. I'm going to put in about a quarter of a cup of heavy cream. That's more like a half of a cup, I guess. Y'all know I also don't cook with recipes. I just do it till the Lord tells me to stop. I'm putting a couple of tablespoons of sugar in and about a teaspoon of salt. And I'm just going to give that an old mixeroo. I love this sourdough little mixing spoon thing. I love it. It just mixes everything pretty perfectly. So yeah, I was cooking breakfast before. This was actually yesterday. I was cooking breakfast before I started my class. I have class from 9 to 6, but he let us out an hour early yesterday. But from 9 to 6 on Saturdays, I have class. So I was wanting to, make a pretty decent breakfast to carry me through. I put in about a cup of self-rising flour. And I'm just going to stir that in, and I'm just stirring it to get to the mixture that I like. With the Butterswim biscuits, you don't make it thick enough to roll them. And because I added more of the flour, and with the sourdough mixture, I just put in a little bit, about a teaspoon. That was a half of a teaspoon measurer. But I did about a teaspoon of baking soda, and I'm just going to mix that right on up. Just adding a little bit more flour into that. It still wasn't the consistency that I like it. I'm going to add a little bit more of the heavy whipping cream, which has quickly become one of my favorite little ingredients. A little bit more sugar because I added more stuff. All right, I'm going to pull out my melted butter. And I'm just going to glob it into the baking dish. Again, this isn't something that you're going to want to try and roll out and make biscuit shapes with, because once it cooks, it all makes one big kind of loaf type that you have to cut. So I'm just getting all of the goodness in there. While I'm finishing that up, have you guys been paying attention what's happening in the Middle East? Have you been paying attention what's happening in the Ukraine? I hope that you guys have been. There's a whole lot going on. These are definitely the signs of the times. I'm going to just scrape a little bit more. It's interesting to see everything that's in the book of Daniel, the book of Isaiah, and the book of Revelation kind of unfolding before our very eyes. All right, guys, I am ready to put this in. But yeah, guys, time is running short. If you don't know Jesus, now is the time. Now is the time. I put my little timer on about 30 minutes. And while that's baking, I'm going to start on the rest of my little breakfast. I just did something really simple. I just did a fried egg. And now I'm drinking some of that fantastic coffee. A little bit of salt and pepper on my egg. And I like my yolks runny. There's not really a bad way that you can cook eggs. So I'm flipping that now. I had let that cook for a while because I was back in my room picking it up and forgot because I have ADHD. So I'm just going to now just reheat some already pre-cooked bacon. I had that in my pantry. That was part of my emergency stash, and it was time to rotate it on out. So I just, instead of cooking fresh bacon, I decided to do that. Oh, there's my biscuits, y'all. Now we're going to cut right on into it. I couldn't find my square baking dish, so that was the smallest one that I could have access to. I had forgotten that I made meatloaf and left it in the baking dish, and that it was in the refrigerator. But there it is, guys. And the crust on that, oh my goodness, y'all. I don't even have words. It was fantastic. There's my breakfast. And what's a biscuit without a little honey? It's not a good biscuit. So I just decided I'm going to pour a little bit of honey on this here biscuit. And I'm telling you guys, there ain't nothing like a good old sourdough Butterswim biscuit. All right, there's a little close-up of it. And now we're going to give it an old try. Pardon my appearance. I didn't put makeup on for class because I didn't want to. I put makeup on every day for work, and I just didn't feel like doing it today, or on this day. Y'all, it was so good. Total thumbs up on that one. Total thumbs up, but I'm not through. I've got to show you the crust. Got to show you the crust. It was fantastic. All right, I'm topping it off with a cup of orange juice. I love you guys so incredibly much, but Jesus loves y'all more. Bye.